friends, welcome to Cross My Stitches. My name is Jackie and today is, I think, September 28th, 2024. I don't know what episode this is. It's been a while, probably a little over a month, more than a month. I think the last time I filmed was August 19th. So yeah, it's been over a month. And I'm sorry for being away so long. Life always seems to get in the way. If it's not one thing, it's another. So I am doing okay. So I've had some up and downs with my medical issues, but I'm doing just fine. I have been stitching during this time. I have been quilting during this time. Taking care of the new puppy, which I'll show him in a little bit. Right now he's sleeping, but I'll grab him up out of his sleep and show you how big he's gotten. And I have lots of things to share. So I have cross stitch, I have punch needle, I have quilting, I have some purchases to show, I have some finishes to show. These are my fall finishes, some of my fall finishes. I figured I'd show them. It's that time of year where we just started fall in the US, and I've had so many new subscribers since last fall, so I thought I would share some of my stitching. I'm sure this is not all of it, it's just a few pieces, but I can't hunt it all down. I don't know where it's at. And in fact, I don't know who's texting me. Oh, okay. In fact, I know I have some on my walls right now, so maybe next video I'll share those, so I'll have a little more to share as I find things where they're hiding or where they're at in the house. So let's get started. Let's talk about fall finishes. So I'm going to share a few with you right now. And these are things that I've done through the years and want to share. It's fall, so it's fun to share new things. This first one is called Peace and Plenty. And I don't know who the designer is. At least I don't think I do. Let me look in my thing. Maybe I wrote it down in here. And it is was in an old magazine. I'm looking for the design right now to see if I wrote who it was by. You can tell how organized I am by how much information I've written down before I do this, because I don't write anything down. I just fly by the seat of my pants. That's the way I like it. The designer is Celtic Cross Stitch and Crafts, but it wasn't a very old magazine. It is stitched on 28 count natural linen, and I think I did my own color choices with this. I think I did my own color choices with this, but I absolutely love this design. So that's Peace and Plenty. And then I have Autumn Leaves, and this is by Cherry Hill Stitchery, and I just recently finished this, so you might have already seen that. And it is done on a 32 count garden party by the Stitch Me, all called for colors. I think it was all called for. I might have changed one or two of them. I'm not positive about that, but there it is. My next one is called Give Thanks. This is from Diane Arthurs for Imaginating. And again, I'm not sure let's see if I can get a clue here. Probably not. No, don't know what fabric I stitched this on, but it is a beautiful design. I absolutely loved it. It was lots of fun to stitch. It is on what looks like a 36 or 40 count mallow is what I think this is. And just the colors on this are absolutely fabulous. So enjoyed stitching that one. And then I have, this is called Our Song from Blackbird Designs. And it is out of print pattern. And I finished this up. And I think I used all my own call for colors for this. I might have used a couple that were listed on the pattern, but I think I used several that were my own color choices, including this, which I believe is called Gassed Autumn Leaves. And then it's on a Lehigh Acres shaker box. So that's that one. And then the last one I have to show is called Philanthropic Pumpkin from Hands On Design. And this was an exclusive that she only put out for charity, so it's no longer available. You might be able to find it on the secondary market, but I had bought the full kit, and it's got all the little cutie little things that are on it, and absolutely love it. Love this little pumpkin. So finished that several years ago. So those are my fall cross stitch, and then I have one other thing to share, and this is wool applique. It is a table mat, and it is, I don't even know who the designer was, but it was in a magazine, and there it is, and it has all hand stitching, blanket stitches, and running stitches, and all sorts of stuff all through it. And I put this out every year for the last few years. And I really need to back this because I did not back this one piece, so it's a little floppy. So I may have to turn around and back this in dark brown, and then blanket stitch around it. I'm probably going to end up doing that. I never did because I was so excited to get it done that I just wanted it out. I just wanted it done. And this particular designer has different seasons available in this same design, and I really want to do them as well. I have them all saved, but I have not done them. For those of you who've been around for a while, you know that I have also in my wool applique my gingerbread bake shop, which is supposed to be the quilt. I have not touched that. I haven't touched it in the last couple months. It's sitting here waiting. The stitch along is actually done now, but I have all the parts and pieces, all the kits, and eventually, maybe during Christmas, I will feel the urge to start working on that again. So we'll see. So that's all I have to share for that. I do have one fully finished to share. This is a design I finished, oh my God, I don't know how many, maybe 3 years, 4 years ago I finished this little design, and I'm not sure who the designer is. Let me see if I can find it in my thing here, if it tells me who the designer is, because I do not know, and then I'll be able to tell you when I finished it, if I can find it in here. I keep all my stuff in X Stitch Plus, but it does make it a little difficult to find what you're looking for. You have to kind of scroll through the whole thing. There it is, Joy Wreath. It's done on 32 count Petty Point Lugana, and it says the designer is Creation Point de Croix. That's who it was, and I made it into a pillow. So there it is. I want to put some ruche ribbon around it, but I haven't done it, so it's probably going to stay like this for a while. So there's the design, little bird, it's so adorable. And then on the back I just did like this wood, it looks like barn wood material. So there it is. So that was my one fully finish that I haven't shared before. Now I did get some stitching done, and I already shot a video for my stitching, so I am going to post that here so you can see what I've been working on stitching wise. So we'll post it here. Let's go over what I've worked on in the last month or so. And the first thing is Mr. Jingles. Now Mr. Jingles is from Diane Arthurs. It is put out by Imaginating. This was a kit from many years ago. Someone gave this to me. It says it's 2000, that's when it came out. I think it was in, I want to say 2019, 2020, that this was gifted to me from another stitcher. I cannot remember her name, but it was very sweet of her to send me the entire kit. It includes all the stuff you see. There's bells, there's a hat, there's legs and a base to him, and a couple of other things. And I was so excited that that she gifted it to me. I did start it in 2021, so this is 2024, so it's been 3 years. I think it's time for Mr. Jingles to be done. I did not, when you see mine, I did not stitch the nose in or the cheeks. My plan is to, the cheeks I didn't want because he's a male snowman. They don't blush, so the snowmen don't blush. So I didn't want that. It was very, I want to say 80-ish to do that. The nose I'm doing in 3D, so I'll show that in a minute. And then the eyes and the mouth, I am thinking of putting buttons like Cole. So to have the 2 button eyes and the 4 buttons for the mouth. We'll see. We'll see what happens, how I end up working it. But this is where I'm at. I finally finished his entire body. I did not stitch the top of his head because I know he's going to be wearing that cap, so I really don't need to put stitching in there. This is the last place I stitched on this. I finished this bottom part. This is on 11 count Aida, and it's 4 strands over 1. So it's not easy to get 4 strands to look neat, especially in white. But and he took a lot of time to stitch. It's a lot of full coverage there with 4 strands. But he is done primarily. I did start stitching on his nose. So this is his nose. It'll go on his face like this, sort of like, let's see if I can get this to look like it might look. So it's going to go on his face like this. It'll hang down his and then touch somewhere in here. It will be 3D. So I am stitching the other half here. As you can see, I've started the other half, and I'll sew them together and I'll stuff it. And then I will attach it to his face, and then I'll try to attach it down here just to give it some stability so it's sticking out from his face. We'll see how that works. That's my plan. I'm not sure that's going to work or not, but I'm hoping to get that done. I really need to get the base and his legs out of the kit and get those sanded and get those painted so that I can have them ready for when I get him completely finished. I can get him put together. So maybe I'll get lucky enough to have him completed before winter season starts. So that is Mr. Jingles by Diane Arthurs. My next one is a Prairie Schooler. It's called Garden ABCs. I will post a picture here of what it looked like the last time I took a picture. I don't know if that was the last time you saw it or not, but I did put in, I think I put in the F. So it is on a 32 count, I don't know what that is, 32 count vintage country mocha. It's being stitched 2 over 2 with the called for colors, and I really do love this. It's quite easy to get one of these little motifs done in an afternoon. And I love this fact that this one's an F for frog. You can see the frog here with the fly right there flying up. This alone would make an adorable key fob, scissor fob. So I may do that for a scissor fob because I think that is adorable. And so I'm doing mine on the pattern. It shows it as it's framed, and you're doing 3 down and 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 across. I am going to do it 4 across and then 7 down, and make it into a bell pull, I think, or framed it. It's either or. It's going to be a bell pull, or it will be a frame. So, but I really love working on Prairie Schoolers, so this is a joy to stitch on. I need to pull it back out again. I kept saying that I was going to do 1 or 2 letters, a week, and I haven't even done 1 or 2 a month. So I need to work on getting that one completed. The next one is Summer Comes Calling. This Leisure Arts. It's designed by Nancy Rossi. It also says Cooler Design Studio. So if you're interested in the pattern and you can't find the book, you might want to go to the Cooler Design Studio website and see if they have the pattern available. And I'll post a picture here where I was before. And this is where I'm at now. So I've gotten quite a bit done here. I worked up here and got this put in. I've got all of this put in. The branches here are put in. And I think I finished filling in I did this bird as well. So really enjoyed stitching on this. This is a 32 count Snowdrifts by Stephanie. And I started this on March of 2024. And I feel like this was a birthday start. I don't know why it says March of 24, but that's what it says. So that's probably when I started it. And I'm using all the called for DMC colors. The next one is Light of Winter. This is a design by With Thy Needle and Thread, Brenda Gervais. I started this design with some stitchy friends in our local meetup group once a month, and I believe most of them are done or close to being done, and I'm still working on mine because that's who I am. I'm a slow poke, and there we go. So I'm going to post a picture here of what it looked like before. And you will definitely notice this is what I worked on. So I worked on the house and I am almost complete stitching all these stitches. And I got this little bit left on the bottom to get the bricks done. I did put one of the window curtains in the inside in, not completed, but worked on. And then I've got to finish the rest, get the roof on. There are 2 chimney stacks and a plant up on top to get done. Let's see, what else do I need to do on this? So what's left is, this is satin stitch up here in white. They also have it here in white and down here. So I have to finish all this white down here. I still have to do this deer. And I still have a little bit of stuff to finish around the border. So let's hope that I can get this done before winter because I'm getting close. And I like that mine is a brighter, you can really see here that mine is a brighter tone to it, which I really like that it's brightened it up because it's supposed to be winter, and um, the cardinals are bright and cheery. And I'll show you another thing, and I don't know if you could tell in this photo, but the little angels in here, their feet point straight down, which I thought was kind of weird when they're kind of flying and floating there. So my little feet are at an angle. So I thought that was pretty cute. That made them look a little more, I think, like they're, I don't know. I just like it. I think it looks better. So that's where I'm at with this Light of Winter. My next one is Map of, hold on just a second. There we go. Map of Hawk Run Hollow. So I've been working on this one for quite a while, at least for 4 years now, because I started this in October of 2020. So I'm coming up on 4 years, and usually 4 years is the mark. You have to have something at least done by 4 years. Well, maybe not. But I really wanted to get this done, and Lady of the Flag done, and Miss Christmas Eve beaded, but I don't know if I'm going to get all those done before the end of the year. So I did work on Map of Hawk Run Hollow. In fact, I worked on it on a video call with Shelly, who is It's Only Stitching on YouTube. And she's also known by Shelly Key X Stitch on Instagram. And we had a nice little call and talked and chatted and what I worked on. And I'll show a picture here of what it looked like before. I worked on just filling in this blue here while we chatted. And it doesn't look like I got much done. I think we were on the phone for almost 2 hours, I think. And I was hoping I could get all this blue in here all the way down. That didn't happen. So I do have this area, the schoolhouse to fill in, and I have this Orchid Road to fill in. I might work on those tomorrow. My husband has his brother coming over for a football game, and since I don't want to watch football, maybe I can just sit and do this without having to worry about looking at a chart. I can just fill in. I know I'm going to do something with the compass sun that's over here. Sorry, I see something floating around on it. And I don't like the sun in the middle of the compass. I think it's horrible with the face. So I'm going to change that somehow. And then I need to continue on. I got a needle floating too, apparently. And continue on with this and try to get this done. I'm going to try to continue working down this way and get at least this half done, because it looks like that's my plan, because I know I put this in as well. But I think I did that from the last video. So just work my way all the way down and get that side done, and then I can work on the second side afterwards. But it definitely needs to be completed. It's been too long. Okay. Next up, it might be my last one, I think it is We Gather Together from Autumn Gathering Book, which is Mill Hill. And this is the design that I have been working on since 2021, I want to say. I don't know. Let's take a look. Let's flip it out here. I'm going to post a picture here of what it looked like before. And as you can see, there's a lot done. So I've been working on this since, November of 2020. So I started this with Bonnie Hutchison, and she finished hers within a couple of months of us getting this pattern and starting it. And here's mine, still waiting, but I'm getting closer. Bonnie, if you're watching this, I think I'm going to hit a finish finally. One of the things that kind of held me up for quite a while was the fact that there's a lot of treasures and beads on this. Mill Hill is known for their patterns having a lot of treasures and beads, and especially when you're buying a book and stuff, they just load it down. So when I calculated all the beads and the treasures that is needed for this pattern, it was over $100. And I did not want to put out $100 for treasures and beads for this design. So I was pretty slow on stitching it, and decided to, after you saw that picture, to jump on it and start getting it done. So I definitely finished a lot of things, including the pilgrims, the turkey, all the borders down here. So everything is done. Mostly everything is done, except for the beading and the trinkets. Now you can see that I have leaves right here all the way down on both sides, and those came from Etsy. So I hunted down a 7mm, I think it's 7, it might be 7 or 10mm leaf that I could put on that is a glass leaf. So that's where those came from. These also were supposed to be heart trinkets from Mill Hill, and I just bought a little mini bag of beads or buttons, red buttons, and that's what I put in. Most of the beads that I'm using, either I had the beads that I needed, like the beads that are in his shoes, his belt buckle, the buttons up here, and the clusters that look like flowers here, those beads I already have. The other beads that are in here, I've kind of substituted. Like these beads right here, and you can see all these pumpkins here, all these stripes and these pumpkins require beads. And I didn't have this particular bead, but this one that I'm using is extremely close to the color that's in the actual pattern. So this is what I chose to use. I had a lot of it. I had 2 packages of it. And it's taken me quite a while just to get even one pumpkin done, because I don't like to attach my beads with just one strand and leave them at a cross. I like my beads to be vertical, only because I feel like with one strand, you're asking for troubles if they get pulled on or moved. And if they're in a full X, they're more likely to hang on and be in there sturdy. So that's what I'm doing, full X's for every bead. And I have just been struggling trying to use this, I don't know if you can see that or not, that little dinky beading needle, which was horrible. It's very flexible and it's very long, and it made it very difficult for me to do the beading with it. So I did order some beading needles from 123 Stitch. They should be here next week. And I'm hoping, and I ordered the short ones, so I'm hoping that'll speed up my beading quite a bit, because those long beading needles are just a pain. It just drove me nuts. So I think that's the only thing that I have left is beading to do. So I had to finish the pumpkins here. The Indian, you can see with each of my people, I don't know if you can probably see it if you look at the big pictures, they all had like rosy cheeks. I took the rosy cheeks out. Again, I don't believe they should have, you know, the rosy cheeks, that look that I feel like is so 80s. So I took all that out. I changed their noses and their eyes. They all have actual eyes with where you can see the retina and the whites. And then I will put on mouths on each of them, just a little mouth. He has a mustache, and yeah, he's got a big mustache on his face right there. So I will be putting that on as well. And then there are lots of beads here. This platter that goes where the turkey is, that's all beaded. So I have those beads. There are beads on the turkey along here and then along here. I got him mostly beaded. I have the Indian squaw and the Indian warrior. They both have turquoise beads. So all these turquoise beads, I found a substitute in my stash of turquoise beads. And they also, the corn here has some beads, so I need to add those. They're on their shoes, on their legs. There's different places where there's beads. So there's still a lot of beads to add to this. And I have decided pretty much I'm going to make this into a pillow. It'll be a 20-inch pillow. And I've already purchased the fabric for it, so I'm excited to get this done and then get it made into a pillow so that I can show it this fall. I want to get it done before Thanksgiving. So I'm really pushing to get this beading done so that I can get it sewn up into a pillow and get a pillow form for it. So, but this, next time you see this, this should be done if not fully finished. And the only other thing that I have to show is my new start. And this is Autumn Rules by Primrose Cottage. And I'll put a picture here of what it looks like because this is a PDF for me. And I started this the first day of autumn. I was watching the Steadfast Stitcher, which is, oh, what's her name? I can't remember. I'm sorry. I can't remember her name. But anyway, she was doing a sal, which was a start along, not a stitch along. And it is called, oh, I can't remember, but I'll post it here. And I wanted to join in because I've had this pattern for at least a couple of years now that was, I either won it or it was gifted to me. I can't remember which. And I wanted to start it. I am doing this on a piece of 32 count vintage country mocha and with the called for DMC floss. So, and I'm stitching on that. This is the first section that I've gotten completed. I think that's all of my current stitching that I have to share at this time. Now we'll go back to regularly scheduled programming. And so that's everything I got done stitching. I feel like I should have gotten more done than I did, but I'm glad. I'm so happy about the we gathered together. So I really want to have that completed before my next video, which hopefully will be in 2 weeks. But there's a lot of beading there, so those new beading needles will probably help me speed up quite a bit. So I'm excited about that. Other than that, in stitching, I did get a few things that I'd like to share. And the first thing is that I got my new, and if you haven't got your Bestitch Me September of the month, then look away because I don't want to spoil it for you. If you don't want to be spoiled, I get 20 count Ada, and this is a 1/4 yard, and this is the color. You can see that really well, but it is a beautiful shade of a neutral, I want to say a neutral color. It's blue, but it's a beautiful shade of blue. It's hard to show on here because I have so much light on because it is, of course, hurricane going on in Florida. So all my Florida friends, if you're watching this, I hope you're safe. We're in Kentucky, as I've mentioned before, but we're feeling it. We're getting gusts, we're getting rain, we're getting gusts of wind, probably up to 35, 40 miles an hour with gusts. And we're all hunkered down here in the house. We still have electricity. I hope my electricity doesn't go out. We do have a generator, but my husband's at work, so we'd be without. So, but anyway, going back, this is my Bestitch Me for September. I did put a hold on my subscription to Bestitch Me. I will explain that a little later. But I also wanted to share while I'm talking about it, I store my fabric on the comic boards. But I wanted to share what I'm using to hold my fabric on the board. And believe it or not, they are extra large bobby pins, which I think is pretty cool. I came across these on the Walmart.com site. I'm sure you can get them any place. But they're like 3.5 inches. And I think they are in there, and they're perfect for holding my fabric without sticking a pin in it. So this is what I'm changing over to these. They came, I think I got over 300 of them, and there's a lot. They come with this little box and then the packages. And I'll put a link below. I'm not affiliated with Walmart.com. I'll put the link below if you're interested in getting those. These will work good with the comic course and holding my fabric. So as you can see, I've got, it just clips right on the fabric. You could clip it onto the board as well if you wanted. I just have it clipped on and it works just great. I like them. I think they're going to be much better than the pins, because now when I put my hand in my drawer, because I keep all my fabric standing up in my drawer so I can see all the pretty colors. And I have a tendency when I reach in to poke myself with a needle. So I don't need to be poking myself with a needle, because I'm sure most of you don't know this because you're kind of new around here. I have gotten an infection in my finger 3 times from a needle poking me. I've done it with a cross-stitch needle and I've done it with a sewing needle. And each time the infection was so bad they had to, one time give me infusion of medication, another time I think they had to switch my medication once or twice because my arm, it started running up my arm. It was bad. It was bad. So I try my best not to poke myself with needles because for some reason I seem to get an infection. It's always in this middle finger on my right hand. If I poke this one, it's a given. I'm going to get it. So these are going to be great. I'm not going to get poked at all, which is awesome. I got this, which I thought was pretty cute. Oh, we're talking about Walmart. Let's continue with Walmart. I also went on Walmart.com and I got plastic canvas in white and black and 14 count. Because I wanted to do some ornaments. And I didn't necessarily want to use paper, perforated paper, because I feel like it doesn't have the longevity that plastic canvas has. So it came with 8, 4 white, 4 red. If it's still available, I'll post the link below, 14 count, and it's quite flexible, so it's going to be easy to stitch on, and I'm thinking of doing some ornaments on this. So I'm going to give it a shot, and when I do, I'll let you know, but I'll post a link if you're interested in that down below. I got this, I think, at Joann's. I have one already, this bigger one, but I thought it was cool that it's a 2-pack, and these are just absolutely adorable. It is a clock body, and it is, let me see, put it back together. It is the front and the back, so it would look, I don't want to lock this in, but you could put a cross-stitch design in it and hang it from your necklace, which is too cute. I've seen people put little designs in these. I've seen a couple times done. Absolutely adorable, great, but what I loved was they had this little mini one too. Could you see your initials in there? A little flower design. Something really cute in there would be adorable. So I picked this up because you know Joann's has their coupons all the time. Best time in the world to pick stuff like this up. I was going to try to put it back in the package. That ain't going to happen right now. But absolutely love those. I have, like I said, I already have one of the larger ones. I still haven't done it, but I want to do it. So there it sits. I found these over at Walmart in the store, and there are wooden circles. These are, does it say what size these are? Hold on, let me see if I can figure it out. They are 3 1/4, and they're just wood circles. You get 6 in a pack, and I can't say I paid more than a couple bucks for it. Great for finishing. So I picked those up, and the brand is Hello Hobby, which is their brand. And it says ages 3 and up, which means it might have been in the wood section or in the kids crafting section, not sure. I bought a few patterns on the secondary market. So I saw this completed, and it's a Diane Arthurs again with Imaginating. And I have a spot that I want to put it in my kitchen that has a doorway between my kitchen and my dining area. And it is Live, Laugh, Love, and Be Thankful. So I think it's really beautiful. It's a nice long piece. It'll go right above the door. And it doesn't look like it's going to take a lot to stitch it. I mean, the basket and everything will be the most of the stitching. Boarding goes pretty fast. The vine doesn't look like it's too heavy. So I picked that up on the secondary market. And then I picked this one up because I love the outdoors, and I had something that I absolutely loved in it. This is Stony Creek, the Great Outdoors. And what I loved was these little dinky designs that say north, south, east, and west. Those would be really cute done. They look like they're full coverage stitches. They are. There's the other two, the one with the bear and the one with the flamingo. And it says East Coast. They say, let's see, it says go east, go north, go west, and go south, is what they say. And I think they're absolutely adorable, but I love the camper one and the moose and all the others. But the little ones is what really drew me in to try to do those as one panel across, you know, north, south, east, and west. And they're really adorable. So I picked that up for a couple dollars. It was a couple dollars on eBay. And I will say that there is, and I knew that there was some highlighting in the pattern, but I wasn't overly concerned about it because it's highlight. But I can still read it. And then I picked up pillows for Paula Vaughn because I just love florals. And I didn't have this one. I think I had this many years ago, but I didn't have it, and I really love those hydrangeas in the bottom there because those are what my hydrangeas look like. They come out like a purpley blue. And then it has some beautiful roses on the back. And I do love stitching flowers. I don't know what it is about them, but I do. Look at the Lazy Susans. Is that what they're called? They're Black-Eyed Susans. You got a magnolia there. And I think that's it. I think that's all. Oh no, it's got the zinnias, which is adorable too. Look at that. So anyway, I picked this up again on secondary. I think it was eBay or something a while ago, but I forgot to share it. I have a freebie pattern that I wanted to share, and it is by Jardin Privé, which I thought was so adorable because everybody's doing these temperature projects, temperature trees, temperature pet steps, temperature this and that. And I saw this one, and it's a freebie, and it is temperature bobbins. So this is on her website. I will post a link below. And they're little bobbins, and they're for temperatures. And she has, I'm sorry, I gotta lick my fingers. She explains on here how to do the temperatures. She has the entire pattern here. It is in French, but you don't need to know what it says. You know how to fill out a temperature thing, a temperature. I'm trying to find it. She also gives you, I'm going through it. She also gives you pages to record your temperatures on for every day, your highs, your lows. Oh, that's nice. Somebody's trash is blowing across my backyard. It's a Pepsi case cardboard. I'm like, that's nice. That means other trash is going to be blown around. Ugh, hate that. Right, so she gives that to you, and there's two different ways you can do it. There's a bigger version, and then there's a one-page version. Again, you can just record your highs and lows, average them out, or you can put, like when you're stitching your bobbins, and I'm going to show you just a little bit of it. It gives you 6 rows of X's in your little bobbins, and you can put your low at the top, your high at the bottom, you know, and gradiated or something would be really cute. And she also gives you an alphabet and numbers, so if you want to personalize it in some way, just adorable. I may have to do this. I may, because I think it's just adorable. And so I will post that below. And I have one other thing I'm going to share, but I'm going to pause for just a second. Okay, while looking for something else, I realized that I did show the Paula Vaughn before, so I apologize for that. I'm going to do a couple of giveaways of magazine patterns that I have that are fall related and Halloween related. And I'm going to ask before I do this, please make sure that you are not saying giveaway, prize, anything that would trigger people that don't normally watch and are subscribers to zone in and try to claim some gifts. Be over 18 so you can give me your address, and I will ship, because they're just patterns that I can fold up in an envelope, I will ship anywhere in the world. Okay, so the first one is called Golden Pumpkins, and this is out of a Just Cross Stitch magazine 2023. Let me make sure it's all here. It is all there. Okay, and it's called Golden Pumpkins. So if you would like to win Golden Pumpkins, say golden. Use the word golden, Golden, golden. So that's the first one. The next two are Halloween related. It's called A Witch's Welcome. And this one is out of the same magazine, the October Just Cross Stitch. So if you didn't receive this one and you like this, you can get it. It's called A Witch's Welcome. In this one, you're going to put witch. Oops, come on, stand up there. So say witch. That's a good prim one. And then this one is called Mother Nature Halloween. And again, same magazine. Apparently I didn't like anything in this magazine. And it is called Mother Nature Halloween. If you like the fancy ladies, the Halloween one is absolutely adorable. Not my style, but it is definitely other people's style. So those are the three things. Make sure you say either, for the last one, let's just say nature. So for that one, we'll say nature. So say nature. We'll say witch, and we will say golden. Okay, you say those words, and then you'll be entered into the drawing. We'll pull from those when I next video. So that's all that I have. No, it's not all that I have. I did, I'm going to talk about my plans, my cross stitch plans, and then we're going to go on to talk about punch needle, and then we'll talk about quilting. So those of you that are just here for the cross stitch, you can skedaddle out if you'd like to do that, and or you can hang around and see what I've been up to. It's up to you. I am starting a new project October 1st with my friend Wendy. Sorry about the Velcro. She is in my monthly cross stitch group here at the library, and we will be starting, and I want to take it out of the plastic. Cross-Eyed Cricket, which is the Cricket Collection Sleepy Hollow, which is this, which is a big three. And this is done in 3 different parts, and it's put together in this manner, which is super cool. I'm excited about starting this. So is Wendy. I have it set, so it's going to take us 11 months to complete. I have separated the chart into different sections to be completed each month. And I have my fabric ready, which is 18 count Aida that I hand dyed myself. I've already got it cut apart, but I'm going to show you the middle section of it so you can see the color. This is what it looks like. Color. There we go. So it's a very denim blue with some gray running through it. And I absolutely love this. I'm trying to get it to show properly, but the light is like impossible. So I have 3 pieces of it, 1, 2, and 3. So it takes 3 sections to do. I have that all done. I have my floss all pulled. There's all my DMC pulled. For my fancy floss or my specialty flosses, I ended up mostly pulling my own colors because I have a lot of fancy floss. So I changed out most of the week's dye works to colors that I like. There was a purple listed. I'm pulling Shades of Wine by Victoria Motto, which is a beautiful purple. Pebble, which is Aghast. Week's Dye Works, Clockwork. It's supposed to be Week's Dye Works Carrot. I'm using Clockwork. I'm also using Burnt Orange with that same item. And then there is a color that is used for, I'm trying to think, one of the trees, and I've got a mixture of these straw looking colors that I'm using. I did order one or two other colors that are coming this week from 123 Stitch for the roofs and stuff, because it's like a multi-gray. I did try dyeing my own fabric, which was kind of fun, because I was trying to dye a multi-gray, and ended up doing this one, which is a light gray to a dark gray. And then at the same time, this one, which is the same thing, but this one has a little bit more of the gray and then goes into the darker. So I dyed those. Not sure if I'll use them or not. We will see, but I had a lot of fun dyeing it. I was going to dye another set that was going to be more tan with the gray, but I haven't gotten to that yet. And then, of course, I also have pulled number 53 in DMC, which is a variegated from black to white. So those might get used in there. But that's my plan to start this. If you have this pattern and you want to start with us, you're more than welcome to join in with us. I will be glad to share my cut down of the monthly on what's going to be done each month in the 11 months leading up to it. And then hopefully we'll have it fully finished before fall of next year. That's my plan. Of course, you know how my plans are, but that's my plan. I have someone else to hold me accountable. So Wendy will hold me accountable to making sure I get each part done every month, and I'm going to hold her accountable. So it's not too much stitching within a month. It would take a couple days within the month to get it done. And I'm really looking forward to doing that. I'm going to do a hashtag. I might do, let's do hashtag CEC for cross-eyed cricket, CEC Sleepy Hollow Sal. So that's what we're going to do, so we can post it on Instagram. And I think that's all I have that is stitchy related. I feel like I'm forgetting something, but I don't see it. If I don't see it, I don't say it. And we're going to move on to punch needle. So in between all my other little things going on, I decided I wanted to do some punch needle. I had this design, and right now I don't even know what happened to the pattern of it. Oh, there it is. Found it. Never mind. And it's been on my stretcher, on my grippy frame for almost 6, 7, 8, maybe a year. Is this little squirrel from Little House Needleworks. And I decided I needed to get it done. I just wanted to pull it out because let me tell you something. It's not like stitching. Punch needle is much quicker than stitching. I got this done maybe in 3 days. It's a full coverage. I mean, but punching is much quicker. It took me about 3 days to get it done. And I enjoy doing it. It's lots of fun to do. This is my finish. I haven't decided exactly what I'm going to do with it yet. But this is it. He's all punched out. He's done in a mixture of DMC and different fancy flosses. But I love him. I think he's adorable. It's hard to see. There's brown branches coming through and stuff, but the lighting here is horrible. There we go. Now you can see it. See, it's all these branches and stuff running through it. And it's just adorable. I love it. I'm thinking of putting it on a basket or on a bucket or something that I can, you know, put flowers or something in. I'm not sure yet, but I absolutely love it. So that has got me going to want to do more. I have done punch needle before. I'm sure I showed these years ago, but I'm going to show them again now because we're talking about punch needle. I did a little candy. That was a Christmas piece that I did, backed in white. And then this one is a little ghost. And you can see these are a little rough because they're the first ones I ever did. And it just got me going on punch needle. I do want to do this one next. And it is a Jubilant Jackson Art Doll and Needle Pin Keep pattern. And this is what it looks like. And it is so adorable. Look at those. I could just see stuffing him, making him a stuff, put him in a dough bowl. He's just too cute. So I really want to get that done. And then I have another one. I don't have the picture for it. I just have the patterns. But you punch them on weaver's cloth that you attach to wool. So if I was to punch, I would use this. Attach the weaver's cloth to this with Wonder Under, something that's an adhesive for sewing and stuff. And then punch through it so all the punching would show here on the wool and make them out of pillows. It is absolutely adorable. I don't have it with me right now. The pattern is on my phone, but absolutely want to do those. And they are Christmas related, with a deer, with Santa, with those type of things. I love my Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher magazine. I haven't gotten the recent one. I don't know why. Other people have gotten theirs. I haven't gotten mine. But I have patterns even in here that I have marked that I absolutely love, like this here, which is too cute, and that's Punch Needle. And then I think there was something else in here that I loved. I'm not sure why I've got this one out. I'm sure there's one in this one too that I really wanted to do. That was Punch Needle. Oh, there it is. Punch Needle related, which was the eagle and the flag. So, enjoying my Punch Needle. I don't do it that often, but when I do, I can get going on it for a little while and then it subsides again. So that's my Punch Needle, and then we'll get to my quilting. So let me pause you for just a minute, move everything, and then I'll show you my quilting. Okay. So I have been working on, and I forgot the pattern, so this is how bad I am, so give me just a minute. Because I threw it in with my scraps here. I have been working on my son's quilt. I was making him a lap quilt for his birthday that already passed, that I'm still working on. And it's called Legendary with Bigfoot. It is by Elizabeth Hartman. And it is lap size, so it is 60 by 72. And I will show you the front of it here, and then I will show you a picture of where I am with it, because I cannot hold this whole thing up to the screen. But I just wanted to share with you one of the trees in Bigfoot, just to give you an idea how big this is. And it has 4 trees across and 3 rows down, with Bigfoot standing in the forest. So absolutely love this. I have to figure out a way to square it up before I have sashing I still need to put on around it, and then it'll be done and ready to be sandwiched and sent to a long armor. I'm hoping, I have a phone number of a woman that her daughter, when I worked at the Walmart, her daughter gave me the phone number, says she's very reasonable, so I'm hoping she's still doing it. It's been a couple years. And again, we're going to post the picture, so I'll post it here, the whole thing right now. And so hopefully I can get that long arm quilted and then get it bound and have it ready before I leave to go to Florida. We're not sure yet when. I'm waiting. Everything's kind of a mess with my mother's estate. One of my brothers detesting. What's the word I'm looking for? He's resisting letting the house be sold and other things, so it's going to be a fight. So I don't want to go down until I get the attorney to file all the claims, which she has it all now. She just needs to file it. And then I'm given, what is it? Oh my God. Where I'm in charge of taking care of the estate. I can't remember what it's called, executor. And so then I can go down and get her bank account information, her credit card information, and get a chance to get in the house. Because once I have that, whether my brother wants me to come in or not, I can get a police officer and I can get in the house. So at that time, I want to take the quilt down to my son so that he can have the quilt. So I'm hoping he really loves it. I am hoping. Anyway, so that's what I've been working on. But I have other things that I want to work on, things that I am sitting on here, because like every other thing you get wrapped up in, when you start another craft, you got to have all the things. So it's a danger, because I am now splitting my time between mostly cross stitch and the quilting. I do a little bit of the punching when I just feel like it, but I'm starting to build stuff, which makes me nervous. But I wanted to show you some of the things that I want to work on in my quilting. And again, I'm just a beginner, so I'm learning as I go, but I am accumulating already. So I did get, and I love this, on a D-stash, like everything else, there's D-stashes. And it is a motif fabric. It is Blackbird design fabric, I believe. It's called Pleasant Hill. I'm looking to see. Nope, it is not. It is an original from Moda. It's not a Blackbird design, but it is a layer cake, and it is a beautiful, like, fall kind of grungy kind of, you know. And I got that and the jelly roll for a great price. So I got those, and I kind of have an idea of what I want to do with them. And then I turned around and I bought some yardage of another color that's getting blown out that I can use to go with it. So it'll look really, I don't know if you can see that or not. But I kind of have, I'm thinking I want to do a Disappearing 9 patch. I think that's what it's called. Disappearing 4 patch. Disappearing 4 patch. Which is hard to explain, but that's what I'm thinking I'm going to do with that. And then before that, I was at Joann's, and I wanted to do this quilt for fall, which of course it's fall now and I haven't even started it. It is the oak leaves. And so, and it is, let's see what it says. It is a design that is, and it's from a magazine. This is from Quick and Easy Quilts. And it is called Maple Mayhem. So, and it kind of gives you a nice picture of it right there. Really pretty design. And I have the cream fabric. I don't know where it is right now, but this is all the fabrics that I'm using for the maple leaves. So I picked all this stuff up at Joann's like a month or so ago. It's still sitting here. I haven't started it because I was trying to get my son's quilt done. So I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to start next. So I have those two. I also have a table runner that is, maybe I'll show that when I decide to start it. It is St. Patrick's Day, and it's a table, you know, a rectangular table runner. So I have that sitting there, not that big. It's sitting, but it's St. Patrick's Day. I might start it after Christmas. And then I have a patriotic one that I want to do that I absolutely love. That is a Quilts of Valor design. That is red, white, and blue flag, the whole shebang. So I want to do that. But then I was over on, you all know Hobby House Needleworks. I'm sure everybody knows who Hobby House Needleworks is. But did you know they have a Hobby House Needleworks quilting as well? And they were having a big sale on fabric that was quilting fabric. And I have the hardest time picking fabrics that match. If I don't pick a collection and buy a collection, so I can do it like I did the fall leaves, and I just wung it. I just went over to Joann's, I looked at the colors in the book, and I kind of picked sort of what they had. But if I can buy a collection and get it at an awesome price, and you're hearing a zipper because I'm unzipping this package, then that's the way I want to do. And they had this fabulous sale. I think it was $3.75 a half yard of this collection that I absolutely love because it's blues. It's blues and browns. My bedroom is blues. So, and it came, when I got it, and let me back up a little. When I placed the order, I didn't, and it was just under $50. I didn't realize, or I didn't pay attention on their site, that it says orders over 50 ship for free. So after I submitted the order and I went back to their homepage, I saw that, and I'm like, oh man, I was just under 50. I had to pay, I don't know, $6 for shipping or whatever it was. And I'm like, if I had known, I would have added another piece of fabric or two and got free shipping. So I did email them and I said, hey, I just placed this order for the first time. I did not know it was free shipping over 50. Can you add these 2 pieces of fabric to my order and make it free shipping? They did. And then they sent it in this adorable little bag, this little plastic bag holding all my fabric that says Hobby House Quilt Works. So absolutely adorable. Half yards, and I got, I don't know how many total yards are in here because I don't know if I can get it all out of there, but you can see all the pretty colors and stuff. Look at that. And I want to say there are 1 yard, 2 yards, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, about 6 yards of fabric for under $50. I don't remember who the brand is, but I absolutely love the fabric. And I said, I can do something with that. That would be, I've got enough of a, you know, a neutral, I've got the browns, I've got the blues, and I think I can do something with that. So I'm going to pick out something to do with this. And I really would love to make this 6 yards of fabric somehow into a queen size quilt. So that's my plan with that. And the reason I stopped getting my, or I paused my fabric of the month with Bestitch Me was I joined another, and it's called Sew Sampler from the Fat Quarter Shop. Stuff is still blowing around. It is whipping. I'm surprised my plants haven't all been thrown over. Anyway, I wanted to try a sampler box, and I can't do both. My husband would, you know, okay, let me restate that. I know that he would not care one way or the other what I got, but I am not working. So I need to modify myself, which I'm still struggling with, and I didn't want to have both subscriptions going. So I did pause that one for just a little while, but then I got this awesome box, and I'm so thrilled about this. It is, and they got a label over it, but it's a Sew Sampler quilting box. It costs $29.95, and the value is way more than $29.95. So this one, it says this month, and it's once a month, and it's called All the Classics. And they give you, in this thing, they give you a coupon for their site. For this month, the coupon is 15% off Jelly Bars. And I'll show you what a Jelly Bar is. But they also give you a pattern to use the Jelly Bar that you have in here. And there's a code, and you can scan the code and get the pattern. So I don't want to show, let's see, I can do this. There's the freebie pattern you get. So, which is kind of cool, and I like the colors of this. And so it gives you a little pamphlet. It tells you what's in your box, and then it tells you what the retail value of each item is in the box, so you know how much you're getting your values. So the first thing is the Jolly Bar, which is $22.98. And a Jolly Bar is pretty much a piece of fabric that is, I think it's 2 by 4. Is it 2 by 4? It is. No, it's 5. What is it? 5 by, of course it would be nice if I looked at it. I have no idea. It's 5 by something. It looks like it might be 5 by the length, the width of fabric. But it's a Jolly Bar, and this is probably a mini one, but there it is. And then you can see all the colors, blues and oranges. And that's what the Jolly Bar looks like. So that is $22.98. Again, it'll give you a pattern that you could actually do it with. The second item they sent was a Creative Grids ruler. The value on this is $18.49, and it's a 5.5-inch ruler, and it has all these spots on the back that is supposed to keep it anti-slip. I do not own a Creative Grids ruler, and I don't own a 5.5-inch ruler, so this was perfect for me. Then you get a thread, which is the Aurifil. This one is called Light Sand. It's a 50 weight sewing. So that's what I use on my quilt, 50 weight. So that works out great, and it is a sand color, so it's a very neutral color, which is great to go with that fabric that they sent. The next thing you get is Rolling Reflections, which is another quilt pattern, and it is using this Jolly Bar if you want to use it. It shows the different fabrics, and it is a lap quilt. So there again is another pattern that you can use with the Jolly Bars. And then they send you, oh, I'm missing something here. Oh, here we go. Back on the back. Clover Mini Hot Ruler, which I think was pretty cool because I have, every time I make a project bag, I have to sew, I have to roll a, oh my gosh, the binding on it. And this is a little ruler that is heat resistant. So you can roll it up, if you have to roll it up a 1/4 of an inch or 1/2 an inch and then iron it so that it stays, this is a great product. So I'm excited about that because I like to use those. And it is a Clover Mini Hot Ruler. Let's see, they talk about the Jolly Bar here. Summer Getaway Quilt. There's another quilt pattern. Summer Getaway. So there's 3 quilt patterns that you can do with this quilt bar, which is pretty neat. And then they have a quilt of the month. And since I started in the middle of this block 6, I don't have the first 5 blocks, but this is called the Ohio Star Basket. And again, it shows you how to make that particular quilt block. So I think that is awesome. I'm going to continue to receive it for this time being to see what the other box. I have watched others. The reason I picked this one is because I've watched quilters and show their boxes and stuff on different things that they've gotten, and I thought this was a great value at $29.95. They had it at $24.95 for the longest time, I was told, and then it just recently went up. But I still think it's worth the value. It's got at least $70 or $80 worth of product in it, and I paid $30. So that was an awesome deal, and I'm looking forward to seeing what other boxes they have and what comes in them. I also subscribe to a quilting magazine, which I chose this one, which is American Patchwork and Quilting. It's Better Homes and Gardens. And one of the reasons I chose this one is if you are doing wool applique at all, they occasionally have Jerome Thomas's designs in their magazines. So as a wool appliquer, and his designs are exquisite in wool applique. Anybody who knows his name knows that that's the premier designer of one of the premiers. I don't say he's the premier. One of the premier designers of wool applique. And if you can get his patterns for free in a magazine, that is a plus, because normally they run anywhere from $15 to $20 for the pattern. And so I was thrilled to be able to buy the magazine, and of course it was only $15 for the year, which was not bad at all. And then I was able to go back on the old patterns on Readly. You know, I talked about Readly before. If you don't know Readly, it is an app that's a magazine app. And if you sign up on there, they give you 1 month free, and then they charge you whatever they charge you. And I think it's, I want to say, and don't quote me, $19.95 a month, or less than that, $12.95, maybe $12.95 a month, which, I mean, you pay $12 for a magazine a month, and you get access to all these crafting magazines, all sorts of magazines, tons of different ones. And so I did it for a month, and then I told them I was going to cancel, and then they said they would cut me down to, I think it was $6.49 a month for 3 months, which, again, $6 to have access to magazines is an awesome deal. I chose not to do that because I went through all the magazines that I wanted to go through. You were able to save things as PDFs or print them out, and I did that, and that's how I got some of the Jerome Thomas patterns and some of the quilting ones that I wanted. So I was able to save them all to PDF on my phone and then transfer them to my computer. But they keep sending me messages about new issues coming out, and one of the ones that I clicked on, they offered to give me another month of free. So now I got another month free of Readly, and I'm able to go through magazines again, see if there's things that I want in them. One of the things that I found, if you're still here and you're a cross stitcher, was a Kathy Haberman hands-on design, and it was in a quilting magazine. I think it was the quilting magazine. I'm going to post a picture here. If I can find my picture, I'm going to post it here. It is one of her Hexie designs. I know everybody was doing the Hexie house and Hexie pumpkin thing. This one is flamingos. So if you have not seen the flamingo one, which is adorable, it is in a magazine. I will try to remember. And if I don't remember, ask me if you're interested what magazine it is in. So you can locate the magazine if you want to do the flamingo Hexies, which are just adorable. I did save them. So it worked out great. And so I got that magazine, and then I bought Annie's Quilting because I absolutely love this quilt on the front, the Christmas quilt, which is the Ohio Star with the Christmas tree in the center. I think that's what that quilt is called. And I absolutely love that design. So I bought this magazine. I think I got this on eBay or something. And it has lots of beautiful quilts in it. I happen to love this one on the back too, in the center, the green, which is just a nice wintry quilt. And so I'm getting hooked on all these designs and wanting to quilt, and I've made a lot of mistakes on my son's quilt, but I will say I was able to correct most of them. I mean, Bigfoot, starting out doing the Bigfoot, that's daring because he involves a lot of little dinky pieces. He has little pieces for his hands, his feet. You can see all the, I don't know if you guys can see all the pieces that are involved in his little hands and everything else, and getting everything to line up. He was the easy part, believe it or not, because I went so slow trying to do him so he was right. And then I got a little too cocky and I started making mistakes on the trees, on lining everything up, and I've done a lot of seam ripping on that. But I think I have it now. It's a little, it's not exactly square. I need to figure out how to get it square so I can put my sashing on, or maybe I should wait until I put my sashing on and then get it squared. I'm not sure. But I want to get it done because I need to get that to him. Let's see, anything else? I think that is it. I can't think of anything else. I missed you guys. I'm glad to be back. Hopefully I'll be back in 2 weeks. Maybe I'll be a little more organized in my filming next time. I always have things I want to say or things I want to show, and then I forget. I'm horrible at writing things down. I really need to get better at keeping a notepad with me at all times and writing things down, because words disappear. Brain fog is real. It's just, it's hard. It's hard. And I wanted to show you the puppy, didn't I? So let me go get him, and then we'll talk to the end. So let me go get him. He's sleepy, so he'll be great to handle. He won't drive me nuts. Hold on. Okay, so here is little Oscar. He's gotten quite big, as you can see. He's got some beautiful, you get to see him last time, some beautiful modeling on him. He is a brown dapple dachshund, and he is now almost 4 months old. And I thought he'd be sleepy, but no, he is not. He is not. He is raring to go and biting and everything. Do you want to say hi to everybody? Say hi, my name is Oscar. Yes, it is, huh? Aren't you a cutie, huh? You're a cutie. So, he's a handful. I'm still working on, he's trying to get my mic right now. Let me see if I can put, no, stay. 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 You're not going to stay, are you? I'm trying... Okay, let me go put him back so I can close this out, because he's just wired up. So, okay, so he does keep me busy. He's quite active. Still very much a puppy, so he is very active and keeps me going all the time. And he's still not housebroken, so he's in a playpen. It's a dog pen that we have that, you know, it's like a, I think I talked about this before. It's like 13, 14 panels that you actually put outside, and it comes apart and comes in panels with spikes. And we only use about 5 or 6 of them in the house, and then we have the rest of it outside. And so he has like a little playpen area that I can contain him until he's housebroken. And sometimes I think he's doing really well with understanding pee-pee outside, and then other times I don't think he has the patience. I don't know if his bladder is not ready to be holding for hours on end. I'm not sure, but there are times he doesn't want to hold it. So he's in the playpen. He has a pad in there just in case he has accidents, and thankfully that pad's in there, because when the diarrhea hit, that was a mess. So thankfully, you know, most of it was on the one little pad, and it wasn't too bad. But anyway, he is a handful. He keeps me busy a lot of days, and so sometimes I just can't film or something, because I'm busy with him, and I'm playing with him and feeding him and walking him, and you know, he demands a lot of attention right now, and Randy's working, so he doesn't get any time except for on the weekends. And sometimes I'm just, you know, I'm struggling with my health issues. Nothing really has changed there. I still have a lot of pain, and there are times I just don't feel like filming. You know, I can't explain it enough. It's pulling all this stuff out and getting it organized to film and setting up to film and, you know, making sure that I have what I need and putting all this stuff away and editing the film. And sometimes my desk is just covered in stuff, lots of stuff, whether it's quilting stuff or stuff I've, you know, purchased and it's thrown on my desk or whatever. And it takes a lot of energy just to clean it up and get ready to film and get the desire to film. And so and it has a lot to do with mindset, whether, you know, I feel like I can do it all, or if I'm not in enough pain, or I'm not feeling well that I can't do it. And sometimes I'm okay. So I was glad to be able to get it done today and show you all the things that I have been working on, what I've got, what's going on. The puppy there, even for a few minutes, because he's a handful. You can't hold him very long because he's like a wiggle worm. He gets all excited and he almost leaps out of your arms. He's so hyper right now. So I hope everyone is safe where you are living. If you're living in the U.S. and you're during this hurricane, hopefully you are safe. There is other things that I wanted to mention that I just, you know, things popped in my head at the back at the last minute. There's several Flosstubers that I want to mention, but I can't remember who they are. I know I want to mention and a big thank you to Nancy of So Cozy Stitching on Instagram and on YouTube. She is one of two of the so-and-so, so Nancy and Kathy. If you haven't watched Nancy and Kathy at the so-and-sos, you will find out that I didn't know, and of course this is a lot of time when you're filming with a partner, how far away they live and how hard it is to get your schedules to match up in order to film and then get all the stuff. So somebody has to bring all their stuff over and get organized and stuff. So it's a lot of work. So Nancy wasn't doing a lot of the episodes because, you know, she had other things going on in life. It was hard to get together with Kathy. So she did restart her YouTube channel. So if you haven't seen Nancy at So Cozy Stitching, and I will post it below on Instagram and on Facebook, she is a joy to watch. And of course, Kathy is always a joy to watch. I watch Kathy every time. And hopefully every once in a while, they will get together and film together. But I think this is going to work out for the both of them at this point, because it is hard to get schedules jived and when you've got life going on. But I wanted to thank Nancy for reaching out to me and asking if I'm okay. And so we've been chit-chatting back and forth, and I've been asking her about organization of quilting fabric and stuff like that, and what she does with hers, because it's starting to get a little crazy around here, and I have to figure it out. But I wanted to mention them. I want to mention, oh my God, my mind it's blank because I don't write things down. I promise this next time that I film, I will have things written down and people I want to mention, because it's important. And I did talk about the Steadfast Stitcher, which is, I can't remember her name. I know it. I just can't remember. I will post her below as well, with my my start along with her, and with the autumn rules. So, okay, I'm going to cut off here because my mind's starting to go blank on me. So I will see you guys next time. Please like, subscribe, leave a message below. Let me know how you're doing. Are you working on anything that I'm working on? I'm up to, I've got something under my mat. I'm up to over 90 4,900 subscribers, which is, I'm just blown away. Sorry, I hit my mic. I'm just blown away. But I'm going to, at some point, hit 5,000. When we do 5,000, I'm going to have to give some project bags and stuff away. I'm going to have to make up some special project bags. I got a little bit of time for my 5,000 giveaway and some stuff. I'm just going to come up with some stuff, and maybe I'll kit up a couple of things and send them out. There's a thought. We'll see. But I also make sure that I have stuff for overseas people too. We'll do gift certificates to stores that are easy for you to shop in. And that's what we'll do. So we're coming up. We got 94, last time I looked, 9,422. So that is exciting. I hope you stuck with me this far. I really enjoy spending time with you guys, seeing your comments and responding to you, and everybody's in my prayers, no matter where you live in the world. We're in a crazy world right now, and everybody needs prayers. So I will see you next time.